The information provided in this program is of a general nature and is not intended to be personalised financial advice. We encourage you to seek appropriate advice from a qualified professional to suit your individual circumstances. Long-standing executives are on the way out of KFC parent restaurant brands, but the chairman says it's not slowing down.
The future looks very bright. We are very excited.
And the US has reached a debt limit deal in principle after Treasury warned it'll run out of money in a week.
We still have a lot of work to do.
It's Monday, the 29th of May, and you're watching Markets with Madison. Restaurant Brands is our only listed fast food company. It operates KFC, Carl's Jr., Taco Bell and Pizza Hut in New Zealand, Australia, Hawaii and California. Its market cap is $855 million, down 42% in the past year. An analyst has attributed that to uncertainty, with both its long-standing chief executive and chief financial officer both on the way out. But its chairman, Jose Gutierrez, says there's no need to worry. He lives in Miami, but I sat down with him when he was in New Zealand earlier this month. Jose, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for the invitation, Madison.
Well, this is actually the first time we've met, so I don't know too much about you. What should I and what should investors know about you, Jose?
Well, we're a company that it's devoted to its customers and that like to offer them what they're looking. We are also a company that thinks of doing things over the long term, and that's something that we're passionate about. And we're passionate about our people, our guests in the restaurants, and our society.
And what about you? What should we know about you?
Me? Well, I initially was in the beer industry and then made a switch 8 years ago to the restaurant industry. And I love it, I enjoy it, and I have a lot of fun.
I do want to talk to you about the long term because that is a focus for you, but short term, inflation must be seriously annoying for you right now. Just how much is that impacting your business?
Well, it's impacting the industry in general, and I cannot say specifically in New Zealand one thing or the other is affecting more because, as you know, we're widespread, in Australia, the US, Hawaii, and California, even though it's the US, are two different geographies. And the impact of inflation is different in every geography. But definitely, all over, we're experiencing a huge impact in inflation, and that's been deteriorating our margins.
In New Zealand, where exactly are you seeing that? Is it the price of some certain ingredients, or is it the cost of moving it?
Well, on both sides. It's not only on moving them, but there are some ingredients that are putting a lot of pressure. Also, some utilities are putting a lot of pressure, especially after the war. And but the thing is that those challenges force you to become more creative and think out of the box and trying to solve and mitigate the pressures that you're getting. Even though we have reported great sales, double-digit growth sales, in all the geographies, our profits haven't grown in that way, and it's when all the team we're working hard and being more creative in trying to find a solution to mitigate the cost pressure that we're getting from inflation.
So how are you doing that?
Well, again, sometimes offering consumers different options. Sometimes looking for different sources of sourcing. What I mean by that is if you were getting, napkins from country X, now you go into another country and try to get a lower price. Again, several different ways to try to mitigate the cost pressure. Because the other thing is we don't think that even though that cost pressure it's been impacting the short term, we don't think that in the long term that will continue. We're actually happy to see that probably towards the end of this year, 23, we will see some recovery on that pressure. We are seeing some prices coming down a little bit, not to the extent that they were before, but a little bit that will help us a little bit to mitigate that pressure.
Have you pushed price increases through to customers, and are you then telling us that you'll remove those once the inflation pressure eases off?
Well, yeah, but the thing is, at this point, what happens is that we haven't been able to pass the inflation that we have received. Actually, we have been made the sacrifice of swallowing some of those cost increases, no, because we don't believe that our consumers, no, are capable of absorbing all of them. So yeah, temporarily, yes, we are actually suffering in that sense, but we think that the price increases that we're doing, no, are the right ones, no, because when the costs come down, no, then our prices and margins are going to come back.
What about staff? Are you paying them more? Are you seeing wage inflation too?
Well, there is definitely inflation there, and there is a little bit of a scarcity also in terms of finding staff. But the team has become very creative in creating new rosters, no, and trying to create opportunities for the people. One thing that we are very concerned, no, is the long term of our colleagues in the company. We're seeing people moving very often. And we, especially at Restaurant Brands, no, we like to develop people. No, we love to see people that start working, have a shift, no, in one of our restaurants, suddenly becomes a general manager, regional manager, and sometimes, as today, no, you could see the new CEO of this organization start like that, no, and the good thing is, we need to develop people. We think that the society needs also our help to try to develop people, and it's one of our tasks, no, to help them to be better human beings, better professionals, and developing career paths for our colleagues and employees is something that we are fully devoted into. And sometimes it becomes a challenge when they decide to jump and go to another industry, another company, because that career path gets broken.
Why do you think they're leaving you? Is that because you're not paying them enough, or they don't like the culture, or they just want to change?
No, I think it's a phenomenon that you're seeing worldwide. No, people are jumping from industries to others, trying to new things. No, and the point for me is that it's good. No, it's good that they go and try. No, and when they are there, they miss the good things, no? And once they have been able to compare,
do they come back?
They come back, definitely,
Good.
definitely. That's what we were aiming to, no? And that's what I think has made of Restaurant Brands an outstanding company in New Zealand and in all the geographies, because we have great people.
I do want to ask you about your people. Your former chief executive, Russell Creedy, who was there for a very long time, has since left. Your chief financial officer, Grant Ellis, who has also been with Restaurant Brands for a very long time, he's about to leave very soon. Do you have replacements for them?
Definitely, yes. Right now, as we have also communicated to the stock market, no, we have replaced Russell with Arif. Arif is an expert in the industry, knows the industry very well, and it's actually the person that I was telling you, no, a minute ago, no, that started working in a Pizza Hut, no, many years ago, and making pizzas, no, and grew, went to other companies, no, other geographies, learned, and he came back, no, and about the CFO, no, yes, Grant is about to retire at the end of this month, and we have replacement. Actually, is the CFO of Finaxis, no, the controlling shareholder of Restaurant Brands, and I have had the pleasure to work with him for more than 20 years. No, I think we were at college when we met each other. Great guy, great human being, no, and he's excited to move here and with the family, and again, great talented people that know very well their roles.
Jose, what would you say to any investors or any analysts who are questioning the certainty of Restaurant Brands, given that such long-standing leadership is on the way out?
Well, I wouldn't say that the long term is compromised. Totally the opposite, because first of all, it was a well-planned transition. No, it was well announced since last year. Actually, handover from Russell to Arif started last year. No, Arif has been in position for almost 2 months now, and actually, I think the future is very bright. No. As we announced yesterday, we're planning to invest $400 million in the next 4 to 5 years, in growing our restaurants, in the number of restaurants, and refurbishing them, and again, that's besides the fact that obviously we will continue looking for another opportunities to invest in New Zealand and in other geographies. So for me, the future looks very bright. We are very excited. Very happy with the change, the passion that Arif and Julio are bringing to the organization, and how they are seeing things also with a different point of view that always is good.
Your share price is down 43% in the past year. I note that it's up this year, but if you look at the past year, it is down rather significantly. Why do you think investors are selling your stock?
Well, I don't think that at this moment that's the case. I think it happened in a given moment. When there was a lot of uncertainty in the sector. And consumers were staying at home. But the other thing that was great and fantastic during those days is that we as a company, we were able to start offering new ways to our customers, our guests, to get the products. So with that, we changed a little bit the ordinary course of the business, And instead of just having people in the dining, coming and getting the food in the restaurant, what happened is we started offering delivery, So we went digital in that sense. We started offering kiosks, to the consumers, and at the end, what happened is today we have a more diversified number of channels to our guests, so they can get the products in many other ways. We're happy because the company is evolving, technologically speaking, in offering better ways to enjoy the products.
Jose, I want to ask you about your social conscience that comes with leading what is a fast food company. First, though, personally, if you were happy to share it, what are your personal views on health and wellness?
Well, I think it's very important. In life, we need to find balance in many things of what we do. And I think we need to exercise. We need to eat well. We need to enjoy life. We need to have a great balance in everything that we do. And in that sense, that's something that obviously we promote in the organization with our colleagues here. And obviously, it's something that we want our guests to do exactly the same. And that's why we contribute to certain things in the society, and we contribute also with some options to our customers to try to offer them a variety of products so they can choose whatever they want. Because ultimately I believe that the main driver of that is the consumer's choice. Today I can decide to go for a salad, and tomorrow I can decide to go for something else. So my point here is you have to always offer a variety of choices to your consumer, and it's the one that is going to be choosing from there.
Do you worry about obesity at all?
Yes, definitely, and again, that's something that we work with our products, trying to offer the right amount of things and to the right options. That's why you have kids menus, you have menus for families, menus for adults, for single adults. That's the varieties that you have. Again, it's consumers' choice, what should be driven those decisions, but your obligation as a company is to offer them that variety of products.
So you do have harm minimisation measures in place. As the chairman, where do you see health and wellness sort of as a risk to your company, especially as investors look for more sort of sustainable and more governance and those sorts of values in a company that they invest in? And the reason I ask this is because you look at alcohol companies and they've faced this in the past, tobacco companies, they're now going into vaping, confectionery companies are facing this too with, suggestions of a sugar tax. So where do you place this in your list of priorities as the leader of this company?
Well, I'm a true believer, that you gave a lot of examples, of industries, some that cause harm and some that don't. And the thing is, the ones that don't, what causes the harm is the excess in consumption of one of them. no? So, but if you as an individual, no, are aware of what you can and you have to eat, then obviously you will make your decision of how much you're going to be eating or drinking, no? So for me, that's something important to differentiate, no? The excess is something that you choose, and actually you can tell me, and milk is good. Yeah, definitely milk is good. But if I drink milk in excess, no, I'm going to be in trouble, no? So that's why I think it's very important to differentiate that and be conscious and always be very judicious about what your intake of the things is.
You said some products do and don't cause harm. Do you think the products you're selling to New Zealanders do or don't cause harm?
But in my opinion, we have good products, good quality products, and with high standards, no, and at the end, no, with moderation, no, is a good product because it allows you to give the energy that your body needs to do your daily activities.
Thank you so much for your time, Jose. It's been lovely to chat to you.
Thank you.
All right, here's what you need to know about the trading week ahead. The US has reached a debt limit deal in principle after Treasury warned it'll run out of money in a week.
We still have a lot of work to do, but I believe this is an agreement in principle that's worthy of the American people. It has historic reductions in spending, consequential reforms that will lift people out of poverty into the workforce.
The US government is expected to run out of money to pay its bills in 1 week. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen sent a letter to the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, late last week, saying she now estimates it will have insufficient resources to satisfy the government's obligations if Congress does not raise the debt limit by June 5th. She says Treasury will make more than $130 billion worth of payments in the first 2 days of June, including to veterans and Social Security and Medicare recipients, which will leave it with an extremely low level of resources. I asked to speak with leaders at the International Monetary Fund about this. A spokesperson told me its managing director met with Janet Yellen and the Fed chair Jerome Powell late last week. The IMF's head of strategy and policy has been assessing events this weekend and should have more to say on the issue this week. And we're still in the thick of company reporting season here at home. This week we have full year results from NZ Automotive Investments, Metro Performance Glass, Asset Plus, Radius Residential Care, Arvida and Ike GPS. Let me know if you're invested in any of those companies or restaurant brands and if you'd like me to focus on other results on Friday's show. Now go and put your money to work. Thanks for watching Markets with Madison, the New Zealand Herald show for interested investors. If you want to stay up to date with financial markets, click the subscribe button below and you can watch our other episodes here. Stay up to date with all the business news and numbers as they land on nzherald.co.nz.